My motivation in general to apply for a spring week was essentially to gain as much experience as I could, to find my footing in the industry, to see if I could work with the people who are working in the industry, if I actually wanted to work in the industry that I was applying to, and passionately trying to get in, and see if the company was the right fit for me. So essentially get an insight into the world of finance. In terms of skills, my spring internship was mainly categorized into two parts. The first one included global markets. So in that, I gained skills to sort of think on my feet, adapt to different situations, and I gained those skills through trading simulations. And this was in contrast to the second part, which was investment banking and corporate banking. In that, I learned how to think meticulously, to take my time to analyze data and make sure that I did not make any mistakes. And I think a common factor in both of these divisions was the fact that I learned to collaborate with different individuals, to communicate, to innovate, and basically just gain all the soft and hard skills. It did expose me to a lot of different areas of finance, a lot of different things that I did not know about and would not have known about otherwise as well. So all in all, it was definitely a very, very amazing experience for me. I did work with people from different regions of the world, from different educational backgrounds and disciplines. I think a particularly memorable collaborative effort for me was collaborating with this boy who was a fourth year aerospace engineering student, and it was definitely very interesting to see how STEM and the financial industry intersected. So for me, just talking to people who came from different parts of the world, study different things, defined the essence of collaboration. I think every person came from a different background and had a unique story, and thus inspired me in different ways. Since my cohort was just 30 people, it was easy to get to know each other and talk to them over the course of the spring internship. So I met people from India, I met people from Argentina and different parts of Europe and Africa as well. And everybody came from a different background and thus had to overcome different challenges. And I think that was very interesting to know, and their stories. And all in all, it was inspiring to just talk to people and, maybe hopefully take a piece of their memories with me. In terms of tips or advice for anybody who's applying for spring internships or thinking about applying for spring internships, would be firstly to not lose hope, because one, acceptance comes with tens of rejections. Sometimes people get zero acceptances and hundreds of rejections. I know people who've applied to 85 companies, gotten rejected from all, and they were creme de la creme. So do not lose hope and just enjoy the journey, because it's easy to get disheartened by the rejections and all of the negative stigma around the application process, but learn from it and use it for the next time. And the second thing I would recommend highly is being strategic about the application process. I definitely believe that this worked for me, because being strategic, formulating a strategy in the beginning for the companies that a person's applying to, helps a lot throughout the application process. And also remember that it's completely all right to change the strategy halfway through. You can change your CV or your cover letter if you don't think those things are working for you. And the good thing is that you will never be stranded, because you're always surrounded by your network of students, your friends, your professional network, King's Careers for that matter. So in my first year, I did not know a lot about the career services that existed in King's. However, I did know about King's Careers and Employability, and I booked an appointment with them, and they helped me navigate the process a lot in terms of connecting me to King's alumni who had already been to similar processes, and they helped me talk to those people, and those people got me in touch with other people who, worked in the divisions that I wanted to work in, and that's sort of how I built my network, and that network paid off a lot while applying for the applications, in terms of getting my CV checked by them, in terms of getting my cover letter just cross-checked again, practicing for interviews as well. So the best thing that anybody could have ever done for a person in their first year is just connect them with people, and that's what King's Careers did for me. So these were the things that helped me throughout the first year process from King's. In terms of my career, going into the spring week was very rigid. I knew that I wanted to work in global markets. I knew that that was a division for me. However, 2 days into the spring week, I did a full 180. I realized that that division wasn't for me, and the other division, which I had a prejudice about because of its long hours, overly competitive and toxic environment, was actually just a myth that I heard from a lot of people in YouTube videos. So talking to real people and not becoming a WebMD myself was definitely very important. And also throughout the internship, I was able to talk to a lot of recruiters, and they gave me certain recruiting tips and how to talk in interviews and how to essentially communicate to the people who have a lot more experiences than us and are interviewing us. Really helped me throughout the summer internship application process as well.